Chapter 2248, I'm Back. Chapter 2248, I'm Back, when the powerful realm domain crushed over. Juya could only feel his realm domain break everywhere. The laws of his immortal Slayer beam was chaotic under Yi Mo's realm domain. It no longer had that terrifying lethal force. More than 10 blue beams clashed with the twisted sword rune. There was only a short, desperate explosion, and the Slayer beams were torn apart by the falling Mark sword rune. Juya was extremely shocked. Only now did he realize the difference between him and Yi Mo. He even suspected that Yi Mo wasn't even Primordial Essence Divine Emperor, but a being beyond Primordial Essence Divine Emperor. No Primordial Essence Divine Emperor would be able to suppress him this easily. However, he didn't know what the level beyond Primordial Essence Divine Emperor was. Crack! Falling Mark's sword rune tore open Juya's realm domain and barrier and hacked open half his body. Blood splashed out. Juya's essence, spirit, charged out in shock. He looked shakily at Yi Mo. He was shocked that there was a divine emperor as terrifying as Yi Mo in the void. Just what cultivation level was this? He had seen countless powerful beings, and even the most powerful being in the void, but no one was enough to stand up to Yi Mo. At this moment, Zhu Wuya finally woke up. He immediately knelt down. Yi Qianbei. Wanbei pleaded to let my father go once. He knew it was impossible that he could stop Yi Mo from killing his father. Yi Mo wanted to annihilate Juya's soul, but looking at Zhu Wuheng, he sighed. He approved of Zhu Wuheng. If he killed Juya, he would have to kill Zhu Wuheng. He didn't really want to do that. Plus, he smashed Juya's power back to Tao Essence. Even if Juya recovered his body, he wouldn't be able to go back to Primordial Essence again. Seeing Yi Mo stop, how could Zhu Wuheng not know that Yi Mo let his father go? He quickly said, "Father, quickly recover your body." Yi Qianbei agreed to let me go. He took blame for his father's wrongs. Juya woke up and quickly returned to his body. In just a few seconds, he recovered his body. His face looked paler. He knew that his Primordial Essence Foundation had been destroyed by Yi Mo. Despite knowing this, Juya wasn't angry. He was a prideful person. He never thought he was weaker than anyone, but when he met Yi Mo, he realized his pride was worthless. From what Yi Mo showed, Yi Mo would have no problem killing 10 of him. For the first time, the thought of him never being able to catch up to Yi Mo grew. In that moment, countless scenes and past events flashed across his mind. Scenes of him being dominant and being locked in the void by his love for countless years, and scenes of him being unreasonable. He realized that if Wu Heng didn't beg, his soul would have been annihilated. Thank you for showing mercy, Pil Divine Yi. Zhu, you will remember this. Juya became humble. Yi Mo sneered. I did show mercy, but not on your account. I destroyed your Primordial Essence Foundation. You are not allowed to go to any cultivation realm again. As for whether you remember, I don't care. You can come at me at any time. Juya opened his mouth, but eventually said nothing. He knew he was truly grateful to Yi Mo for showing mercy. He realized that there were many things he didn't do when his essence, spirit, seeped out. When he was cut by the falling Mark sword rune, he wanted to do those things. He wanted to find the person who locked him in the void and tell her that he was no longer Primordial Essence Divine Emperor. He understood what she said before and realized why she locked him there. Zhu Wuheng quickly went up. Yi Qianbei, my dad means it. It's not a provocation. Yi Mo nodded. Zhu Wuheng, I destroyed Juya's Primordial Essence Foundation. I believe you understand why I did this. Wanbei understands. Zhu Wuheng was Juya's only son. How could he not know his father's temper? He was someone who did whatever he wanted without any regard for the consequences. What Yi Mo did might be a good thing. I'll send you to the void. Yi Mo tore open the void realm before him. Zhu Wuheng quickly said, Thank you, Yi Qianbei. Wanbei will leave now. He knew that Yi Mo meant divine Tao, level void, not cultivation, realm level void. Other primordial essence divine emperors might not be able to tear open a direct portal to divine Tao level void, but Yemo definitely could. Yemo's face eased up. He quite approved of Zhu Wuheng. Seeing Yemo easily tear open the void with a lift of his hand, Juya sighed. His pride was nothing in front of Yemo. Zhu Wuheng dragged Juya to bid Yemo farewell. When Juya stood into the void, he turned back and said, "Pill divine Yi, I imprisoned a green-robed man in the sea corner before. He's a primordial essence, divine emperor too. When you see him, please say sorry for me." Yemo shook his head. He thought of the green-robed guy who fought over the chaos tree heart with him in the void marketplace. That guy was primordial essence, divine emperor too. Yemo wondered if Juya was talking about him. Gong Hua Heaven Mou Immortal Sect. The sect doors were wide open. Countless sect members were waiting at the door for their sect leader, Yemo, to come back. Luo Ying, Ning Qingxue, Su Jingwen, Song Yangzhu and them were standing next to Wen Ningxi. They seemed very nervous. Even Yemo could only follow behind Ning Sishuang. Before Yemo even came to Mou Immortal Sect, he saw many familiar faces. Su Yueha, Su Changji, Lin Weiben, Shi Tai Yiling, Tang Beiwei. At this moment, he suddenly felt he had a lot. He felt it was so right of him to pursue the strongest power. Without it, he wouldn't even be able to return to Mou Immortal Sect. He would have to watch the divine Tao realm being crushed again. Yemo, sect leader, dad, brother, master. Yemo stood before Mou Immortal Sect, but at this moment, he realized that he didn't know what to say. He really wanted to say he was back, but his heart was so warmed that he couldn't speak. Yemo, a soft and aromatic body, ran into his arms. When he felt this body, Yemo shook. Luo Ying had always been able to control her emotions, but now, she couldn't. Yemo suddenly felt guilty. He should have come to see Luo Ying immediately. The Mou Immortal Sect was organized so well, clearly due to her. When he wasn't there, only Luo Ying could calm everyone down and make everyone listen. Now, even Yi Ling was great eternity immortal. Meanwhile, Luo Ying with her talent was only great unity immortal. One could see how much she sacrificed. "Sorry, Susu, I should have come back earlier." Yemo felt Luo Ying's hair and felt more guilty. Luo Ying calmed down now. Her face was a bit red. She was indeed hardworking. If it wasn't her, Yemo wouldn't be able to see all these people. You definitely had important things. It's good that you're finally back in the future. Luo Ying tidied Yemo's clothes and said softly, "We won't be separated again. We will be together forever." Yemo grabbed Luo Ying's hand and said, At this moment, Ning Qingxue, Su Jingwen, and Song Yangzhu were here. Even Yemo didn't go find Yemo now. Everyone knew this time should be left to them. If you find any errors, broken links, non-standard content, etc., please let us know so we can fix it as soon as possible. Tip: you can use left, right, A and D keyboard keys to browse between chapters. Chapter 2249 News of Yi Zifeng. Chapter 2249 News of Yi Zifeng. Yi Mo returned, and Mou Immortal Sect became the most popular place. Mou Immortal Sect was the most famous sect in the immortal realm, despite being at the low heaven domain. These few days, the sects of the big immortal heavens all came to visit. The entire Gong Hua heaven was popular. The happiest was Yi Mo. She got the real 36 lightning sea orbs and immediately went into solitary cultivation to spirit control them. Luo Ying, Ning Qingxue, Su Jingwen, Song Yangzhu and them finally reunited with Yi Mo and stuck together non-stop. Mu Xiaoyan and Qi Wanqing returned to the Golden Page world. They knew that Yi Mo had arrived at Mou Immortal Sect and was overjoyed. They came to greet Luo Ying and them. This day, Yemo was chatting with people his experiences over the years. He saw Yiling seem quite dejected and asked, "Yiling, are you okay?" Yiling rubbed her red eyes. "I wonder if second brother is okay now. He was stupid before. I think he was just abused too hard and thus didn't think of consequences when he did things. Big brother, can you use spirit sense to find second brother?" Yemo sighed. He had a different perspective to Yiling and Yi Zifeng were blood siblings, but Yi Zifeng wasn't related to him at all. After Yi Zifeng changed, he went more crazy. He saw with his own Yi Zifeng killing Nangong Fei with extreme, cruel measures. Of course, Yi Zifeng wasn't to blame for this, as Nangong Fei was cruel too. "Okay, I'll look for you." Yi Emo didn't want Yi Ling to be too disappointed. If there weren't special circumstances, Yi Emo didn't want to use his spirit sense to scan across the entire immortal realm, as he would see many things he disliked. This immortal realm was far from as beautiful as it seemed. Darkness filled everywhere. "Dad, you need to help me find that 9-headed bug. I was almost eaten by that disgusting bug. I can't find it now, but if I did, I would have annihilated it already," Yemo said. This was the first time Yemo heard that Yemo was almost eaten by 9-headed bug, and he immediately asked Yemo just what happened. Yemo told him what happened when she just came to the immortal realm. The 9-headed void devouring bug is in the immortal realm? How many heads did it have? Yemo's face immediately became serious. He knew the terror of the 9-headed void devouring bug too well. Although he could annihilate it with the wave of a hand, it was a huge disaster for the immortal realm. It had 9 heads, but the color on its head was faint purple. It might be golden now. Yemo said. Yemo immediately said to Yemo, "Yemo, although you're immortal emperor now, if you see that 9-headed void devouring bug have golden crest, you must not fight. Golden crested 9-headed void devouring bugs has becoming the king of its race. You can't beat it." Yemo poked her tongue out. "I know. That's why I'm asking Dad for help." "Did you see who saved you?" Although he knew that the gray-robed person didn't intentionally save his daughter, Yemo was still very grateful. Yemo waved out a gray figure. "I only saw his back. He was very fast." Yemo stared at this figure for a long while and said, "I know who it is. I actually benefited from him too, despite him not doing it intentionally." Yemo's spirit sense scanned out. The person who helped Yemo was that middle-aged man in ethereal immortal pond. He gave Yemo a star core flame and allowed Yemo to upgrade his flame. He wanted to use Yemo, but Yemo saw through his tricks and removed his spirit sense mark. Clearly, that person has recovered his cultivation level to be able to send the 9-headed void devouring bug off. Yemo scanned his spirit sense out from low heaven domain to grand heaven domain. He didn't find the man nor Yi Zifeng, but he saw Li Kuan living with a man in an ordinary immortal city in Yu heaven. Yemo immediately knew that man was Feng Shi. Li Kuan's cultivation level didn't increase much, but she found the immortal material to rebuild Feng Shi's body. Yemo was happy for her. Yemo didn't go disturb her. He wished them well. He knew that if Li Kuan wanted to find him, she would just need to come to MOU Immortal Sect. Yemo didn't find the 9-headed void devouring bug nor Lu Wuhu. Lu Wuhu had long ascended to the immortal realm, but there was no way he went to the divine Tao realm. Yemo was planning to find Lu Wuhu as he had a small piece of World Mountain. "Dad, did you not find the 9-headed void devouring bug?" "It's fine. Perhaps it got killed by that gray-robed man." Seeing Yemo frown, Yemo quickly said, "The 9-headed void devouring bug wouldn't be killed so easily, but I saw 2 people I know. Yiling, let's go see them." Yemo got up and said, Lin Yibin heard this and asked sect leader, "Did you find Yi Zifeng?" "Not Yi Zifeng, but related to him." "Yibin, you can use your real name. If I'm not wrong, Chujiu is probably in the immortal realm. You will meet him one day." Yemo said. Lin Yibin got up and said, "I've decided to find Ancestor Jiu first. If I can, then I will go back to Chu surname. Yi Mo nodded. You know, there's also a Chu Dan from your Chu family, right? When I came back, I seem to have seen her. Hearing this, Lin Yibin quickly said, Thank you, sect leader. Her talent is much better than mine. Chu Dan is in MOU Immortal Sect now. Yuan Lu Heaven was the #1 Middle Heaven domain. Nua E Immortal City was the #1 Immortal City there, as the Tao-seeking tower was there. In the #1 Immortal Rest Tower there, 2 women sat in a room. They seemed very calm, but they weren't. Nangong Shaodai, we have no relations. Just tell me why you came to me. The blue-robed woman said. Hearing this, Nangong Shaodai sighed. Chun Nana, I regret not listening to you. A person who can abandon his wife, who supported him from the beginning, can abandon others too. These two were Chung Nana and Nangong Shaodai. They had the same fat. I thought you would scorn at me. Why don't you talk? Nangong Shaodai looked at Chung Nana in confusion. Chung Nana said calmly, I have no relations to Yi Zifeng. But since Yi Zifeng didn't kill you, it means you still have some position in his heart. Nangong Shaodai sneered position. Before Nangong Shaodai finished, she heard someone say at the door, May I come in for a sit? It's you. Nangong Shaodai stared at Yi Mo and Yi Ling in shock. Brother Yi, Yi Ling, how are you guys here? Chung Nana stood up worriedly. She came to the Middle Heaven domain just to avoid the Yi family people, but she still encountered Yi Mo and Yi Ling. If you find any errors, broken links, non-standard content, etc., please let us know so we can fix it as soon as possible. Tip: you can use left, right, A and D keyboard keys to browse between chapters. Chapter 2250 Visit Phoenix Race. Chapter 2250 Visit Phoenix Race. Nana, tell me where Xiphant went. Yi Ling asked desperately. Ching Nana looked down. I have no relations to him. I don't know where he went. Nangong Shaodai said, My Nangong family completely fell in his hands. He came to the immortal realm earlier than me. When I found him, he was about abstruse immortal power. At that time, he was with one Sai. He seemed to have a master. His master seemed very strong. Then, Nangong Shaodai seemed to have realized something. Her depressed look suddenly disappeared. She bowed to Yi Mo and said, I wanted to ask Ching Nana some things before, but now I don't need to. Sect leader Yi, I'm going. Seeing her leave, Yi Mo said nothing. Then, Chung Nana bowed to Yi Mo. Brother Yi Ling, I'm going too. Brother, let's go back. Yi Ling felt extremely bad when she said this. She really didn't want her second brother to become like this. Both Nangong Shaodai and Ching Nana were very nice women. Why did second brother have to be like this? Even though he had some hard times on Luoyu continent, all these years have passed. He had become an immortal now. Let's go. Yi Mo tore open space and instantly returned to MOU Immortal Sect. Yi Mo had always treated Yi Zifeng as his brother. However, ever since Yi Zifeng said to Nangong Fei that Yi Zifeng wanted to kill him not because of misunderstanding Chung Nana, but that he had some secrets, Yi Mo already considered Yi Zifeng estranged. Wanting his secrets, simply put, was wanting his life. Yi Mo didn't do anything wrong to Yi Zifeng, but he was so cruel. When Yi Mo came back, he saw Li Xiu come over. Luo Ying and them were talking to Li Xiu. Seeing Yi Mo come in, Li Xiu immediately got up. Immortal friend, Yi Mo already knew what she wanted to ask. He said, Big Palace Lord, Qing Ru has vindicated Dao. She's in the Void Marketplace, wanting to find her own Dao through trial, so she didn't come back with me. Seeing Yi Mo's wives, Li Xiu sighed. She kept Qing Ru with Yi Mo, wanting to let Qing Ru become Yi Mo's Dao partner. But it seemed to be wishful thinking. But she soon cast this aside and said, Immortal friend Yi, I heard Jingwen say that you wanted to repair the 33 heavens. Yi Mo nodded. Yes, I originally had this idea, but now I've changed my mind. I feel the 33 heavens is very suitable. It's no lesser than a compelled immortal realm. When Yemo came back from the nether realm, he felt that the immortal realm might not necessarily need to be repaired. Unlike the divine Tao realm, the divine Tao realm would be destroyed if not repaired. Meanwhile, the 33 heavens of the immortal realm was very reasonable from low to high. The 33 heavens was more normal as it wasn't suitable for Tao vindication. Now that more than half the divine Tao realm has been repaired, Immortal Emperor Peak Stage can go to the divine Tao realm to vindicate Tao. If they stayed in the immortal realm and vindicated Tao, there would be too many divine emperors in the immortal realm. That way, the immortal realm might be broken to pieces again. Yi Emo didn't want the immortal realm to have too many Tao molding divine emperors. Li Xiu agreed. I'm thinking the same. The 33 heavens is coherent with heaven Tao. It doesn't need repair. Li Xiu seemed nervous after a while. Yi Emo knew she was worried about Qingru, so he took out a formation flag. Big Palace Lord, you can use this to come back from the divine Tao realm tunnel, but it can only be used once. I don't need this anymore. You can have it. Thank you, immortal friend Yi. Li Xiu didn't reject and thanked gratefully. She seemed much calmer after getting the formation flag. After a while longer, she got up and left. After sending her off, Yemo called Luo Ying and them together and gave them a jade card which he made to each of them. Dad, what is this? Yemo asked. Mu Xiaoyan smiled. This is a teleportation jade card to the Golden Page world. Wan Qing and I were at the divine Tao realm. We used this to get back to the Golden Page world and come to the MOU Immortal Sect. There's only Shadowless and Small Ginseng who are fun inside. There's 2 little people. One might as well stay outside. Yemo said, but she hung the jade card on her neck. Luo Ying knew Yi Emo the most, and she immediately asked, You're going to leave? Yi Emo nodded. I need to go to the Phoenix race. You guys can come with me, or find me in the Golden Page world through the jade card at any time. Just be careful. The cultivation resources here are abundant. We'll wait for you here. Luo Ying and them knew what Yi Emo was doing at the Phoenix race. Yi Emo went to get allies for the battle 100 Years Altar. But this time, they weren't very worried as they could return to Yi Emo at any time. Yi Emo traveled alone in the void with MOU boat. Even though his sea of consciousness could penetrate realms, every race's realm had powerful realm protection formation. Spirit sense couldn't penetrate it. He couldn't tear open space to get to the Phoenix race, as that would be provocation instead of finding allies. Luckily, MOU boat was extremely fast under his control. In just a few short days, he was near the outskirts of the Phoenix race. When Yemo just put away his boat outside the realm protection formation, people noticed him. An extremely ordinary-looking man with a red mark on his face saw Yemo. He was only immortal Emperor power. However, this person opened the formation without even asking Yemo anything. May I ask if it's Pill Divine Yi Qianbei? The immortal emperor asked respectfully. You know me? Yemo was certain he had never seen this immortal emperor before. This immortal emperor quickly said, Songyin Divine Emperor ordered me to wait for Yi Qianbei here. She said Yi Qianbei will be visiting our race soon. Yi Emo wondered what decision she would take. To be honest, Yi Emo hoped Tang Songyin would take a neutral side. He didn't expect them to help him, but he didn't want them to help the beast race. The Phoenix race was actually a branch of the beast race. The Phoenix race realm was no weaker than the dragon race. When Yi Emo crossed the atmosphere with this immortal emperor, he immediately felt the powerful world law and dense god spirit chi. Yi Emo sighed. Compared to the Phoenix and dragon race, the divine Tao realm was much weaker. Even though he used chaos tree and abstruse yellow chi to repair the life force of the divine Tao realm, the divine Tao realm still lacked a world meridian and couldn't gather god spirit chi. It would have to be 100 years later for him to get the World Mountain as the Nether Realm sealed itself. Pill Divine, ye is quite late. I've been waiting for a long time. A crisp voice sounded, and Tang Tsongyin appeared before Yemo. She wore red immortal robes. Yemo also saw Tang Xiaoyu and Tang Qi next to her. Tang Qi seemed very seductive. Yemo smiled and saluted with his fists. I came to disturb immortal friend Tang. I hope immortal friend Tang won't mind this guest. Tang Tsongyin laughed. Look at you. I can welcome you. Xiaoyu is your friend too, and she's Dao actualization now. She's just one line from Dao essence. I've brought her over today. You should do something, right? Yemo took out a jade bottle and gave it to Tang Xiaoyu, saying this cosmic Dao pill can be the gift for her to reach Dao essence. Hearing this, Tang Xiaoyu immediately looked happy. She quickly thanked Yemo. If you find any errors, broken links, non-standard content, etc., please let us know so we can fix it as soon as possible. Tip: you can use left, right, A and D keyboard keys to browse between chapters. Chapter 2251 Demon Race Sane. Chapter 2251 Demon Race Sane. Seeing Yemo so generous, the Dao actualization divine emperors on the side all showed glances of envy. However, they knew that one cosmic Dao pill was already significant enough. Yemo wasn't going to give a second one no matter how generous he was. Tang Tsongyin just said casually and didn't expect Yemo to give something as precious as the cosmic Dao pill. Now that Yemo gave one without hesitation, she felt a little bad as she knew there was no way the Phoenix race could stand on Yemo's side. At most, they would be neutral. Pill Divine, if you still didn't come, I wasn't going to wait for you, but luckily you came in time. We'll go together. Tang Tsongyin seemed more hospitable after Yemo gave the Dao pill. She walked side by side with Yemo. Yemo quickly moved away a little and asked, Immortal friend Tang, where are we going? Tang Tsongyin patted her head and said, Look at my memory. The demon race isn't close to you. Of course, they wouldn't give you the invitation. It's this. The demon race divine has finished solitary cultivation and reached primordial essence. The other races are going there to seek marriage, but they were all rejected by the demon race. The invitation is one to celebrate Saint reaching primordial essence, but second to choose a Dao partner for her. Yemo smiled. The saint is primordial essence. Ordinary Dao essence divine emperors of other races wouldn't be considered. Beast race Zhuge Tianhua forcefully vindicated primordial essence in order to marry her, but even so, he was still rejected by the demon race. Zhuge Tianhua is ranked second on the divine rank. He's extremely talented. Even divine rank number 5. Dragon race Dao essence divine Emperor Aou was also rejected. My Phoenix race was rejected too. Tang Tsongyin explained. Yemo sighed. I heard that each race only had 1 or 2 primordial essence divine emperor. How did the demon race get this saint? Zhuge Tianhua also reached primordial essence. Tang Tsongyin glanced at Yemo and said, in terms of primordial essence divine emperor quantity, which race could compare with the human race before? Even though the divine Dao realm is broken, there are still some human primordial essence divine emperors, but they just don't want to show up. This time for primordial essence divine emperors disappeared finding you. These races have the power to quickly produce 1 primordial essence divine emperor. Yemo knew this. Every super race in the void couldn't just have 1 primordial essence divine emperor. Even if their primordial essence divine emperor died, they had the means to produce another one as quickly as possible. Without a primordial essence divine emperor, a race can never become a super race. The demon race rejected them because they found an equally talented person. This person has no background, so he's free to join the demon race. Although the demon race lost Puyangxi, they still have Yuanzhou. Now, They have 2 more primordial essence divine emperors. Tang Tsongyin sighed. Then she added, Pill Divine, your Tao wave is very calm. You look no different to an ordinary immortal. I believe you've become stronger. You're a Tao essence, Pill Divine. If you ask to marry the saint, it might really work. That way, the conflict between you and the demon race. Yemo smiled. I have no interest in some demon. Tang Tsongyin laughed. Demon race, saint isn't necessarily demon. I heard she comes from the human race. Human race, primordial essence, divine emperor, went to be demon race saint. Yi Emo asked in confusion. Tang Tsongyin said, this saint didn't come from divine Tao realm. She seemed to have come from the immortal realm. Plus, she reached primordial essence, divine emperor, but it had nothing to do with the human race. Although her talent is absurd, she wouldn't be able to reach primordial essence, divine emperor without the full support of the demon race. They even opened the Great Time Formation to support this saint. Great Time Formation? Is it a formation to speed up time? Yi Emo thought of his time formation disc immediately. He really couldn't think of who made this formation disc. Even though he had mastery over time law, he still couldn't make such time formation disc. Tang Tsongyin nodded yes. The demon and beast race all have this, but its consumption is shocking. It can increase the time inside by tens of times, but the god spirit ranges used is immeasurable. Ordinary people wouldn't be able to afford it at all. Even a race might not be able to afford it. Yi Mo was extremely shocked. He thought only he had time formation disc, but the other 2 races had it too. However, their time formation disc seemed different to his. His time formation disc used more spirit source as his cultivation level grew stronger, but it didn't use immeasurable god spirit ranges. From this, it was clear his time formation disc was higher level. Seeing Yi Mo shocked, Tang Tsongyin explained Zhuge Tianhua extremely loves the demon saint, so he joined up with the other races and made a suggestion, and that was to allow any race to propose to her but through battles. Whoever was stronger could become the Tao partner of the saint. The races joined up, taking out cultivation resources that would entice even primordial essence, divine emperor. The victor could not only marry the saint, but also have these cultivation resources. This is why there are many guests heading to the demon race. Then, she smiled sweetly at Yi Mo. If Pill Divine Yi joins, you might get a beautiful woman and countless cultivation resources. Now that the demon race invited the powerful beings of many races, they probably wouldn't do anything out of the line, even if they have conflict with Pill Divine. Yi Mo thought he should probably go. This way, he could build momentum for the battle a century later while checking the power of the different races. Fan Gao said he would challenge the divine Tao realm, but he hadn't gone. This time, he would spill this to everyone. In the future, if he happened to attack the beast race or annihilate the Aquarius race, he would have an excuse. Okay, I'll go with immortal friend Tang. Yi Mo made up his mind. Tang Tsongyin also expressed that the Phoenix race would stand neutral 100 years later. 3 days later, Yi Mo and Tang Tsongyin left the Phoenix race, heading to the demon race. The demon race was very popular right now, more popular than at She's primordial essence ceremony. While many of the guests came for the saint, more came for exchange and trades, as well as networking. As soon as Tang Tsongyin's flying ship arrived outside the demon realm, a Tao Essence peak stage demon came to greet her. Yi Mo's Tao wave was very subtle, and this Tao Essence divine emperor completely ignored Yi Mo. After entering the demon realm, Yi Mo's spirit sense scanned that the demon realm was no smaller than the divine Tao realm. The realm was stable and had dense god spirit qi, which contained dense demon wave qi. When he repaired the world meridian of the divine Tao realm would be no lesser than this realm at all. Welcome to the demon race, immortal friend Tang. It brings great honor to the demon race. Please come to the guest palace. A white-robed, dark-haired man walked out. His eyes were very bright. Yi Mo could tell this was a primordial essence divine emperor. He didn't have any demon chi on him, unlike Pu Yangxi, who was covered in powerful demon wave. Yi Mo knew this person was more terrifying than Pu Yangxi. Haha, thank you for coming to greet me personally, brother Yi. Psongin feels so honored. She didn't introduce Yi Mo and instead smiled at Yi Mo, Pil Divine. This is Demon Race Primordial Essence Divine Emperor Yuan Zhou. His demon Dao God arts are shocking. Yuan Zhou heard the words Pil Divine come out of Tang Psongin's mouth, and his eyes immediately lit up. He stared at Yi Mo while very shocked. A primordial essence Divine Emperor was standing before him, and he didn't notice at all. If you find any errors, broken links, non-standard content, etc., please let us know so we can fix it as soon as possible. Tip: you can use left, right, A and D keyboard keys to browse between chapters. Chapter 2252 Demon Race Ceremony. Chapter 2252 Demon Race Ceremony. So it's Pil Divine Ye's great arrival. Please forgive E for not realizing. This way, please, Pil Divine E. Yuan Zhou immediately acted very hospitable. Compared to Fan Gao, Yuan Zhou had much greater temperament. Pil Divine Yi Qianbei, Divine Emperor Tsongyin. When Yi Mo and Tang Tsongyin first entered the guest palace, there were plenty of people sitting inside already. Many people greeted Yi Mo as soon as they came in. Most of the people who greeted Yi Mo were those who went to AO, she's primordial essence ceremony. They had seen Yi Mo's power. Yi Mo left easy under the gang up of a few primordial essence divine emperors. Now that he still dared to come here, one could see he wasn't scared at all. Plus, it said that the beast, Aquarius, dragon, and demon race primordial essence divine emperors were looking for Yi Mo. Yi Mo appeared now, but those for primordial essence divine emperors were gone. Haha, Yi Mo, you come later than me every time. Jiao Dan saw Yi Mo come in and laughed. Compared to Len Shuachi, Jiao Dan was much more fervent towards Yi Mo Tang Tsongyin side. Sigh. Next time I won't walk with Pil Divine. I'm a beautiful woman, but when walking with Pil Divine, no one recognizes me. One had to admit she really knew how to talk. Despite many people greeting Yi Mo when he came in, equally as many people looked at Yi Mo with enmity. Now that Tang Tsongyin said this, the atmosphere eased up. Yi Mo, where's my dad? A crisp voice broke this friendly atmosphere. The voice was so agitated as though it was going to devour Yi Mo immediately. Yi Mo looked at the person talking. It was Dragon Race AO Man. In fact, AO Man had a good impression of Yi Mo, but when her dad was lost in the process of chasing Yi Mo, her good impression went too. Yi Mo hadn't even spoken yet, and AO Wan reproached, "Don't be rude, AO Man, and let everyone laugh at you." AO Wan then saluted with his fists to Yi Mo. Pil Divine, Yi is young, but astoundingly powerful. AO Wan would like to learn from you when you're free. Yi Mo said calmly, "I'll stick to the end for whoever wants to challenge me. But everyone who challenges me only has one chance." Arrogant. A sneer sounded. Yi Mo had long seen this person. This person harbored killing intent towards him right from the beginning. This was Beast Race, Primordial Essence, Divine Emperor Fan Gao. Zhuge Tianhua was sitting next to him. He was a Primordial Essence, Divine Emperor too, but his chi wasn't stable. Yi Mo ignored him and found a place to sit. Fan Gao was furious, but there was nothing he could do. After Yi Mo sat down, he looked at a half-primordial essence man. He sensed a chi similar to Winged Race, Primordial Essence, Divine Emperor Tsang Luo. Seeing Yi Mo look at him, this half-primordial essence Divine Emperor quickly got up and saluted with his fists. Winged Race Hong, how greet Pil Divine. Tsang Luo probably didn't go back, right? If he did, you wouldn't be able to sit here. Yi Mo said. It was because of Tsang Luo's Chaos Green Lotus that he was attacked by the 4 races. The disappearance of the four primordial essence, Divine Emperor, had direct relations to Tsang Luo. Tsang Luo, Divine Emperor, left the winged race and is no longer our primordial essence, Divine Emperor. After this happened, the winged race is very scared and we've apologized to all the races. I would like to represent the winged race to apologize to Pil Divine Yi too. Hong Hao seemed very scared. Yi Mo sneered. Only an idiot would believe that Tsang Luo left the winged race. No one would believe this. He probably came here just to apologize to the races and get everyone's attention. The winged race had apologized, and if they were still going to annihilate his race, there would be nothing he could do. Plus, he knew that other races wouldn't annihilate his race for such things. It was pointless unless Tsang Luo was definitely at the winged race. Tsang Luo wasn't there, and he was a primordial essence Divine Emperor. No race would annihilate the winged race and enjoy a primordial essence Divine Emperor ambushing in the dark. You don't need to apologize to me. When I see Tsang Luo, I will settle things with him. Yi Mo said calmly. Hong Hao didn't mind Yi Mo's words and saluted with his fists before sitting down. He seemed very calm. I didn't expect to be able to see immortal friend Lien. Yuan Zhou really don't dare to believe. Immortal friend, Lien, please come in. Yuan Zhou's hospitable voice sounded. It was definitely a primordial essence, Divine Emperor coming. Haha, I haven't seen a few old friends for a long time. I've come to visit them and let me little disciple see the world. A coarse voice sounded. Yi Mo immediately knew who came, just from this voice. Immortal friend Lien Yao, I really didn't expect to see you again. I've been to Yuan Yen Palace a few times, but it was locked by formation. It's really a huge surprise to see immortal friend Lien today. Ao Luan got up and said. Even Len Shuachi and Fan Gao got up. However, Zhao Dan sneered and looked aside. Tang Tsongyin didn't move. Clearly, she didn't know this person. The blue-robed man soon looked at Yi Mo. You're here too. The blue-robed man asked in surprise. Yi Mo said calmly, you can come, but I can't. This blue-robed man was clearly human race, primordial essence, Divine Emperor. The human race was in chaos, but this guy hides in some Union palace and is so close to the demon and beast race. Yi Mo immediately disliked him. His disciple was actually immortal realm Feng Kong Grand Emperor. Seeing Feng Kong again, Yi Mo was definitely not going to let him go. However, he didn't plan to attack now, as this was the demon race land. If he killed now, it would cause public outrage. Even if he was to kill, he would need to find an excuse later. Feng Kong also saw Yi Mo. When he saw Yi Mo sitting with the primordial essence Divine Emperors, his heart was rocking with shock. What was Yi Mo before? Even though he was able to fight with him and attract more than 10 immortal emperors to go to his sect opening ceremony, he only felt Yi Mo was a threat. He knew that one day he would completely surpass Yi Mo. But now Yi Mo could sit with primordial essence Divine Emperor, and his master seemed to know Yi Mo. He looked down. With his master here, he wasn't afraid of Yi Mo. He was thinking about what secrets Yi Mo had to be able to cultivate this fast. Even he couldn't see Yi Mo's cultivation level now. When he went into the Divine Emperor from the Divine Dao realm, he ventured in the void for a few hundred years and encountered his master. He had been with his master in the Yunyan Palace since. This was extremely great fortune. Yi Mo had no master, but could cultivate this quickly. How could his secret be simple? The green-robed man just smiled, hearing Yi Mo's tone wasn't so friendly. Perhaps he didn't want to talk much to Yi Mo. He looked to Zhao Dan and said nothing. When he looked at Tang Tsongyin, he smiled. This must be Phoenix Race immortal friend. How is immortal friend Yao Qing? Tang Xianjin got up and saluted with his fists. My master is very well. Thanks for asking. Good. Then bring me a message to her. Tell her that Lien Yao Duo thanks her for before. When I'm free, I'll definitely go visit her. The green-robed man said. Yuan Zhou saw the greetings were pretty much done and quickly said, Everyone please enjoy immortal fruit. It's a wonderful time to see so many immortal friends come. Then he said to the two pretty maids behind him, invite out our demon race, saint to greet everyone. If you find any errors, broken links, non-standard content, etc., please let us know so we can fix it as soon as possible. Tip: you can use left, right, A and D keyboard keys to browse between chapters. Chapter 2253 Intense Hate. Chapter 2253 Intense Hate. It said the demon race, saint came from the immortal realm. Yemo wanted to see too, who from the immortal realm would become demon race saint. At this moment, there was Jun Bingyu's joyful voice from the Golden Page world. Yemo scanned with spirit sense and noticed that she had reached Tao essence. When she knew that Yemo was in the demon race, she immediately expressed she wanted to help. Yemo didn't hesitate and let her come out of the Golden Page world, landing next to him. Seeing an extremely beautiful woman suddenly appear next to Yemo, no one felt strange. Which divine emperor here didn't have small world? Even Truth Spirit world was ordinary here. There were many who knew about Jun Bingyu here. People have long heard of Jun Bingyu's unparalleled beauty in the void marketplace. The maid saw Jun Bingyu appear and quickly put a seat next to Yemo. Not bad. Yemo raised his thumb. He knew that Jun Bingyu definitely had her own fortunes. The cultivation resources he gave her would at most let her reach Tao Molding Divine Emperor, but when he saw her, she was already Tao Actualization Divine Emperor. Tang, Psomin smiled. No wonder Pill Divine, you doesn't consider ordinary women. You already have such a pretty goddess. Pill Divine, you really has keen eyes. Yemo said awkwardly, you're too funny, immortal friend Tang. The rest of the guests had their eyes on the door. At this moment, one man and woman came out. Everyone saw these two were primordial essence, divine emperor. The pretty goddess was the saint meanwhile. The man was the Tao partner they found for the saint. The instant he saw these two, Yemo's eyes narrowed. Heaven's shocking killing intent erupted from his body. He didn't even have such killing intent when he saw Feng Kong. Jun Bingyu was sitting closest to Yemo and immediately felt this. She held Yemo's hands worriedly. Everyone nearby felt Yemo's intense killing intent. Yemo calmed down when he felt Jun Bingyu's hands. He patted her hand and hid that killing intent. However, he was still immensely shocked. He didn't expect he would see Dong Fengwang here. He knew that Dong Fengwang reached the immortal realm and was the #1 prodigy of the Xinqiang cultivation realm. Yemo didn't expect he was this powerful. He had reached primordial essence in just 2,000 years. This wasn't explainable just with talent. The only possibility was that Dong Fengwang had a powerful treasure on par with his Golden Page world. What shocked Yemo more was the demon race saint. It was actually Zhantai Dingjie and him had the same secret. He took the two out of the title status tower, and the three stood at the top receiving their immortal king naming. At that time, Dingjie was North Time Immortal King. Zhantai was Heaven Moon Immortal King, while he was Eternity Immortal King. The three even agreed they would work hard and fight together, but many years after, Yi became the demon race saint. Dingjie and Yi have been his best friends. Dingjie left his sect to help him, and Yi was locked up in the Earth Abyss Fire Pond. He went to Jiufan Immortal Pond to save Yi. There, he realized Yi got a huge fortune. She used the fire lotus there to purify her immortal root and wisdom. She even got the #1 Lost Sutra of the Jiufan Immortal Pond. Zhantai also learned a sliver of the secret of the three-birth chant. She combined it with the sutra to create her own Tao. Thinking of the three who came out of the title status tower, he and Zhantai were primordial essence divine emperor. Yemo wondered if Dingjie reached primordial essence divine emperor too. Yemo suddenly missed Dingjie. He was a straightforward person. Dingjie was more important to him than Zhantai. However, Yi became the demon race saint and stood with Dongfang Wang, this bastard. The two saw Yi Mo as well. As soon as Dongfang Wang saw Yi Mo, his eyes showed intense killing intent. In his eyes, Yi Mo was a dead person. With his primordial essence, he was certain no primordial essence was a match for him. The demon race was perfect for him. It was more suitable for him to cultivate Great Kuin Demon God Sutra. It was not the same sutra before. He fused it with Buddhist cultivation method in the abstruse yellow orb. Dongfang Wang believed that no one's cultivation method in this universe could compare with him. City Lord Yi, you really are everywhere. Wherever I go, you follow. Since you came to my demon race, you won't need to keep following me. Just stay with me and be my servant. Ha 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 ha, Dongfang Wang laughed. He was laughing, but his face was terrifyingly bleak as he saw Zhen Bingyu next to Yi Mo. The woman he loved always appeared next to Yi Mo, whether it was in Jiqi or Zhen Bingyu. Even though he was a primordial essence divine emperor now, he couldn't tolerate this. Those people greeting the two immediately realized that there was a huge enmity between Yi Mo and Dongfang Wang. Those who didn't know how powerful Dongfang Wang was already stopped greeting him. Yi Mo ignored Dongfang Wang. Dongfang Wang considered him dead, but he considered Dongfang Wang dead too. He looked at Zhan Tai. She looked calmly back at Yi Mo. Only Zhuge Tianhua noticed Zhan Tai's eyes. When she first saw Yi Mo, her eyes weren't calm. There was a sliver of excitement. But when she saw Zhen Bingyu next to Yi Mo, her eyes went calm and plain. When we got our immortal king names, do you remember what Ding Jie said? I don't know what happened to you, but you're a human from the immortal realm, and yet you became the saint of the demon race. Do you remember that your cultivation method and fortune came from the Jiufan immortal pond? Yi Mo tried to sound calm. Zhan Tai, Yi said calmly, thank you for the help you gave me, immortal friend Yi. If immortal friend Yi goes to the sect, then please bring my apology and gratitude. I'm the demon race saint now. I have nothing to do with the human race. Please don't take Ding Jie's joke so seriously. Yi Mo didn't expect Zhan Tai to talk to him like this. He didn't bother persuading her anymore and said, whether or not I take Ding Jie's word seriously has nothing to do with you. Ding Jie is Ding Jie, you are you. Don't put yourself together. Dongfang Wang just realized that there was a special relationship between Yi Mo and Zhan Tai. His heart burned with even more fury. Haha, after some people come, it seems everyone has enmity with him. Such connections. I admire it, Zhuge Tianhua sneered. Jiao Dan heard this and was furious. Kid, watch your mouth. Since when did your grandpa Jiao Dan have enmity with Yi Mo, little bastard? Zhuge Tianhua's white face was angered red. He immediately sneered, Jiao Dan, you're a primordial essence, divine emperor, but so am I. Don't act old in front of me. Buffed. Your primordial essence, divine emperor? So cool. When your grandpa was primordial essence, divine emperor, you were still waiting to go into samsara. Jiao Dan said. Yuanzhou quickly said, immortal friend Jiao Dan, immortal friend Tianhua. Today's the ceremony of the demon race. Please show us some face. Jiao Dan sneered and didn't keep scorning Zhuge Tianhua. Immortal friend Yi, today's the great day for the demon race. Please don't say anything that will hurt the relationship between the human and demon race. Yuanzhou said. What Yi Mo said to Yi made him feel very uncomfortable. Yi Mo said plainly, the human and demon race have no relationship. Don't say any more cringe. Words, immortal friend Yi. Yuanzhou's face changed, and just when he wanted to speak, Zhan Tai said, Yuanzhou divine emperor, immortal friend Yi is a guest. The demon race has this magnanimity. If you find any errors, broken links, non-standard content, etc., please let us know so we can fix it as soon as possible. Tip: you can use left, right, A and D keyboard keys to browse between chapters. Chapter 2254 Fight Over Sane. Chapter 2254 Fight Over Sane. Zhen Bingyu finally understood the conflict between Yi Mo and Dongfang Wang. She grabbed Yi Mo's hand apologetically. Yi Mo, sorry, I didn't know that person had conflict with you. I once gave him some immortal crystals. If I knew earlier, I would have annihilated him with a fireball. Zhen Bingyu's words cut apart Dongfang Wang's tiny hopes into pieces like a knife. His heart was bleeding. When Zhen Bingyu gave him cultivation resources as an immortal king, she became Dongfang Wang's goddess. No matter how calculated he was, the deepest part of his heart was etched with Zhen Bingyu's name. Even though he was primordial essence divine emperor, Zhen Bingyu was irreplaceable in his heart. Zhantai didn't mind Zhen Bingyu's words and smiled to the guests. Welcome, immortal friends of different races coming to my primordial essence ceremony. Please forgive me for any inconveniences. Yuan Zhou, for some reason, didn't keep talking to Yemo and saluted with his fists too. Guests, please have a seat. Other than our saint's primordial essence ceremony, there's one more thing today. I believe everyone knows that the demon race is willing to join up with all the races and wants to use this opportunity to find a Tao partner for Yi Saint. With this, there was immediately a round of applause. The only one who didn't clap was Yi Mo and Zhen Bingyu. Immortal friend, you don't seem too happy. Do you have something against the demon race? Everyone was clapping, but immortal friend, you did nothing. Fan Gao didn't let go of any chance to draw hatred towards Yi Mo. Yi Mo glanced at Fan Gao. What's my happiness got to do with you? You just want to provoke a fight between me and Yuan Zhou. If you can provoke Yuan Zhou to attack me, then you win. Yuan Zhou was calm, but his heart was burning with fury. He wanted to kill Yi Mo immediately. At the same time, he hated Fan Gao. Fan Gao thought very well, but Zhuge Tianhua didn't understand him. He glared coldly at Dongfang Wang. Everyone knew he was a pair with the saint, but now the demon race saint was sitting with this nobody. This was a slap to his face. How could Zhuge Tianhua take this? At this moment, Dongfang Wang got up. He first saluted to Yuan Zhou and then said, I've long loved Saint Yi, however, her beauty is unparalleled. Beauty unparalleled? How come I see someone prettier than her here? Tang, so mean sneered. Zhantai Yi's face was very calm, but her heart wasn't. When Yi Mo was titled Eternity Immortal King, she knew Yi Mo wasn't ordinary. She had made up her mind to not fall behind Yi Mo too much and at least be able to help him. Later on, she got the Jiu Fan 9 Lotus Sutra. As her cultivation level grew, Yi Mo's status in her heart grew ordinary. When she became Demon Saint and learned some of the Tao waves of Three Birth Chant, she realized that Yi Mo's accomplishments came from Three Birth Chant. At this moment, Yi Mo was no different to an ordinary person in her heart. Anyone who got Yi Mo's cultivation method would have such accomplishments. Yi Mo and Ding Jia were the same, just an ordinary friend. The divine Tao realm was broken, and she had been cultivating in the demon race. The human race didn't matter much to her. Zhantai didn't know that the Jiu Fan 9 Lotus Sutra was originally a demon race divine sutra. It was called Jiu Fan 9 Demon Sutra. It was obtained by a talented immortal emperor of the Jiu Fan Immortal Pond. When he saw it, he immediately knew the sutra wasn't suitable for immortal realm cultivation. But she knew this demon sutra was too powerful, and it was a waste to abandon it. She relied on her extreme talent to change the sutra into Jiu Fan 9 Lotus Sutra. After she started cultivating it, she realized she underestimated this demon sutra. She still couldn't completely control it. In order to not let this sutra go to waste nor let her self-destruct, this immortal emperor left and went to find the Jiu Fan Fire Lotus. She wanted to use it to cultivate the sutra. When this immortal emperor found the lotus, she already couldn't suppress the demonic attributes of the sutra. Eventually, she used Great Will to seal herself in the earth abyss fire pond and disappeared. Zhantai Yi found her remains at the bottom of the pond, as well as the lotus and cultivation method. Zhantai Yi had the best talent, and with the lotus and Yimo's 3-birth chant, she progressed rapidly while cultivating the edited sutra. When she reached the demon race, she progressed even faster, and the demon race helped her at all costs. Despite having the lotus and 3-birth chant learnings, Zhantai Yi changed greatly after cultivating the sutra. Demon race cultivation method was about self. In any situation, oneself was the main character. When Zhantai Yi was with Yimo and Dingjie, the two were helped by Yimo, so Yimo was the main character. She never thought of going higher than Yimo, but as she grew stronger, her character changed even greater. Now that she reached primordial essence, she didn't look down on Yimo, but she didn't consider Yimo as someone stronger than her. When she first saw Yimo, she was happy, but when she saw Zhan Bingyu next to Yimo, she immediately went cold. In her subconsciousness, Yimo should come next to her like Dongfang Wang. Tang Tsongyin meant that Zhan Bingyu was prettier than her. How could she stay calm? Zhuge Tianhua's attention had been fixated on Zhantai Yi. He saw all her emotions and was about to stand up to talk. However, before he could, the primordial essence divine emperor next to Zhantai Yi said, "No matter what other people say, Saint Yi is the best in my heart. Because I'm not the only one who can see her excellence. So many prodigies from different races came this time. Dongfang Wang is willing to go through all of you." Immediately, everyone knew there was a good show to watch. People wondered who Dongfang Wang would challenge first. Dongfang Wang suddenly turned to Yimo. "Pill Divine Yi, I've long heard of your big name. Dongfang Wang will go through you first." Dongfang Wang wanted to kill Yimo, and Yimo wanted to kill him too. However, Yimo didn't want to fight with him here. He was certain that Dongfang Wang had good things on him. He would need to find a place with no one. Zhuge Tianhua long wanted to talk. He couldn't resist getting up. "Immortal friend Dongfang, I love Saint Yi greatly too. How about I fight with you first?" With this, people immediately felt bewildered. They didn't understand why Zhuge Tianhua stood up for Yimo. Even if he was to challenge Dongfang Wang, it should be after Dongfang Wang fought Yimo. Fan Gao's face was extremely bleak. He didn't expect this. Yimo sat and didn't move. He knew why Zhuge Tianhua asked to fight first. Zhuge Tianhua was ranked second on the divine rank when he was Dao Essence. He was pretty much peerless in Dao Essence. Now that he reached primordial essence, he thought he was peerless too. Dongfang Wang had no fame. What if he relied on pills to reach primordial essence? Zhuge Tianhua was scared of Yimo killing Dongfang Wang, and he wouldn't have a chance to fight. He was going to shower his power in front of Zhantai Yi. In that case, please do. Zhantai Yi acted as though their fights had nothing to do with her. If you find any errors, broken links, non-standard content, etc., please let us know so we can fix it as soon as possible. Tip: you can use left, right, A and D keyboard keys to browse between chapters. Chapter 2255, Dongfang Wang's Power. Chapter 2255, Dongfang Wang's Power. In the middle of the guest palace was a spacious short stage. Zhuge Tianhua stood on it. Yimo knew that this was a space restriction. It seemed only 40 meters wide, but it might be 4 kilometers wide. After Zhuge Tianhua reached primordial essence, his Tao waves flowed freely. He was already handsome, so as soon as he stood on the stage, he immediately caught everyone's eyes. Dongfang Wang stood up and saluted with his fists to everyone, and then to Zhantai Yi before walking to the stage. Dongfang Wang looked calmer than Zhuge Tianhua, but his temperament was far weaker than Zhuge Tianhua. Zhuge Tianhua waved his hand, and a white jade flute appeared in his hand. Treasure dropping, white jade flute. Many guests exclaimed. Yimo had heard of this magic artifact. It was a fake, primordial spirit artifact. This magic artifact's power was no weaker than ordinary primordial spirit artifact. This flute could create a sound that can smash open a realm domain. Used with spirit sense god art, it was much more powerful than ordinary great god arts. The most powerful part of this flute was that it could disconnect the connection between spirit sense and magic artifact. If spirit sense lost connection to magic artifact, the magic artifact was pretty much for show. Everyone here knew that Dongfang Wang had trouble. The two were both primordial essence divine emperor and just broke through. Under such situation, whoever had the better magic artifact had the advantage. Dongfang Wang looked at the flute in contempt. Immortal friend Tianhua, please attack first. Otherwise, if you lose, people will say I ambushed you. Zhuge Tianhua didn't mind these words and attacked. Even though the stage was barricaded by restrictions, the guests still heard the ear-piercing sound. It seemed to seep into sea of consciousness and crush the soul. Despite having many layers of restrictions, this sound was still this terrifying. One could imagine what Dongfang Wang was going through. The flute turned into large pieces of sound beams that materialized and completely enveloped the space Dongfang Wang was in. At the same time, Dongfang Wang smashed out a huge black figure. It instantly turned into an extremely huge mountain. Even the restrictions of the stage were cracking under this mountain. It was as though this mountain was too heavy and would crush the restrictions here. Yi Mo's eyes narrowed. This was definitely the world mountain of the truth fall forbidden grounds. He didn't expect Dongfang Wang to have it. It's world mountain. Jiao Dan's eyes lit up, but then he said, this is the piece that disappeared. Clearly, Jiao Dan knew the world mountain was in the nether realm. It seems this person might have a spirit item too. Tong Tsongyin's tone became serious. Yi Mo calmed down. He knew that the world mountain attracted spirit items. After leaving the nether realm, it would attract a spirit item to grow on it. Due to this attribute, the world mountain could be made into the divine Dao realm world meridian. That way, the divine Dao realm would be more stable and God's spirit items would grow better. Bitter bamboo was growing on it before. Crack! An explosion seeped out from the restriction. Zhuge Tianhua's white flute beams and sounds were instantly smashed by Dongfang Wang's world mountain. The world mountain was too heavy despite being just one corner. Zhuge Tianhua was extremely shocked. He had been peerless, and never once was he in the lower hand at the start of the battle. This Dongfang Wang was too terrifying. He was certain that if Dongfang Wang competed for divine rank first, he would be third regardless. Despite this, Zhuge Tianhua wasn't scared. He waved out a spinning space in his hand and smashed out Space God Art. He wanted to use this spinning space law to suppress the world mountain. At this moment, a faint Buddhist light came out from below the world mountain. Seeing this Buddhist light, Zhuge Tianhua dazed. He felt this demonic killing intent, but also this holy Buddhist light. A thought rose in his mind. He needed to stop and get hit by this demonic killing intent to become a real Buddha. This feeling was too strange. Zhuge Tianhua immediately knew this was wrong. He was going to forcefully space the space before him, but the world mountain was too heavy. Even his spinning space was crushed. Spurge. Blood mist flashed, and Zhuge Tianhua's soul was annihilated. Dongfang Wang waved his hand and took the world mountain and Zhuge Tianhua's belongings. Many guests suddenly sprung up. Zhuge Tianhua was this powerful, and he was killed in such a short time by someone unheard of. Fan Gao stood up with fuming eyes. He wanted to go up immediately and kill Dongfang Wang, but he knew he was no match for Dongfang Wang. Even the rest of the primordial essence divine emperors looked Dongfang Wang in shock, not understanding how there was such a powerful primordial essence divine emperor. Even Jiao Dan showed some concern. Tang Psomin was silent. She knew she was no match for Dongfang Wang. Dongfang Wang stood in the center of the stage and said to Yi Mo, City Lord Yi, "Today I'm fighting for Zhan Tai Yi. I want to see city, Lord Yes God art. Yi Mo got up calmly as you wish. Everyone looked at Yi Mo in shock. Dongfang Wang showed such power, and Yi Mo dared to agree to fight. How bold was he? Was the news true? Did Yi Mo really kill those four primordial essence divine emperors? Dongfang Wang said calmly, we both know Zhan Tai. If we fight here, it would hurt her regardless of who won. Plus, we can't use our full power with the restrictions here. Why don't we go to the void? Very well, as you wish again. Yi Mo knew what Dongfang Wang was thinking. He guessed that he had good things too. Saint Yi, wait here for me. I will be back soon. Dongfang Wang walked out and smiled at Zhan Tai. Zhan Tai smiled and said nothing. Yi Mo just wanted to talk, but he saw Zhen Bingyu smile. Yi Mo, you go first. I will wait for you here. Just come back quickly. Yi Mo knew what Zhen Bingyu meant. She was slapping Dongfang Wang's face. Dongfang Wang spoke to Zhan Tai, but she ignored him. Meanwhile, Zhen Bingyu spoke to Yi Mo first, saying she would wait for him. Dongfang Wang's smile immediately dropped bleak. She didn't know why Zhen Bingyu was confident that Yi Mo wouldn't be killed by him. Yi Mo wanted to take Zhen Bingyu away, as he didn't feel safe leaving her alone here. Seeing this, Tang Tsongyin smiled. Pill divine, you just go. Sister Bingyu is so nice, she will be fine. She was telling Yi Mo that no one will touch Zhen Bingyu with her here. Jiao Dan Monk nodded to Yi Mo. He said nothing, but his intentions were clear. If you find any errors, broken links, non-standard content, etc., please let us know so we can fix it as soon as possible. Tip: you can use left, right, A and D keyboard keys to browse between chapters. Chapter 2256 Show Off. Chapter 2256 Show Off. Dongfang Wang studied Zhen Bingyu. He really wanted to know how she would look at him after he killed Yi Mo and came back. Thinking about this, Dongfang Wang walked out of the guest palace and tore open the space before him. Yi Mo wanted to kill Dongfang Wang more desperately. He saluted with his fists to Jiao Dan and Tang Tsongyin before leaving. No one followed them. Everyone knew what the two were thinking. The two wanted what each other possessed. Everyone knew that regardless of who won, those who went to see would have no good fate. Yi Yuanzhou saw Yi Mo and Dongfang Wang tear open space on the demon race land. His face was calm, but his heart was furious. He only saw Dongfang Wang's power today. He just realized that he was no match for Dongfang Wang at all. Since Dongfang Wang dared to tear open space here, clearly he didn't take the demon race nor him seriously. As for Yi Mo, he didn't feel that angry. Yi Mo was always cocky and tore open space in the dragon race. How could he give face to the demon race? Who are you to Yi Mo? Zhan Tai asked Zhen Bingyu. Zhen Bingyu smiled. I'm his Dao partner. You're lying. Zhan Tai knew Zhen Bingyu was still a virgin, but she couldn't really say this as she was a virgin too. Zhen Bingyu, put away that calm smile. Whether or not I'm lying has nothing to do with you. I didn't ask you to believe me. Fan Gao suddenly asked Goddess Bingyu that Dongfang Wang has world mountain and powerful god arts. Aren't you worried about Yi Mo at all? Why would I worry about him? Zhen Bingyu asked. Everyone knew Fan Gao wanted to scout for some information, but Zhen Bingyu's counter-question made him at a loss for words. Yi Mo on Earth. Just because you were a cultivator, you abused the Dongfang family like a dog. Today, I will let you understand what it feels like to be a dog. Dongfang Wang said hideously at Yi Mo. His seeping killing intent was going to tear open the surrounding void. You will soon find that even though you're primordial essence, you're still a dog. Yi Mo said calmly. Haha, Dongfang Wang laughed. I will let you know what peerless is. I, Dongfang Wang, am peerless. When I kill you, I will take your essence spirit to take away Zhen Bingyu. Then, Dongfang Wang smashed out the world mountain. Demon and Buddhist lights swept out millions of ripples, forming a material realm domain. If someone saw this, they would know that Dongfang Wang didn't even use his full power fighting Zhuge Tianhua. Demon Buddhist, Dongfang Wang yelled. This was his strongest god art, Demon Buddhist, realm domain. Under such god art, even the most powerful primordial essence would soon fall under the Demon Buddhist light. Yi Mo seemed to not see the world mountain coming. He took a step in the void casually and waved his hand, Samsara. Dongfang Wang was shocked seeing Yi Mo ignore his Demon Buddhist god art. Before he could release a new god art, the endless flow of time and samsara wrapped around his space, filling his heart and body. At this moment, he saw how proud he was after reaching primordial essence, and then he saw how joyful he was getting the world, mountain, and Fusang tree. Time flowed like water, but water was heartless. Before he could wake up from his joy, he was swept by the joy of all the Tao fruits he got in the Chaos Star realm. He saw his excitement of his Tao vindication. He saw that goddess who gave him immortal crystals. These instants flowed away like sand. They were unstoppable and left no traces behind. Luckily, he had greater surprises waiting for him. He saw he got the abstruse yellow orb. He got the #1 divine sutra of the demon race. He saw him fusing the demon and Buddhist Tao. He suddenly saw other people's looks aging with time while time left less and less marks on him. Wait, other people's time was going forward, but his was going backwards. Fusang tree swept a green ray that removed the time marks. Dongfang Wang suddenly woke up. He found his world mountain was pressed by a long purple sword. He was in Yi Mo's realm domain, and he couldn't move at all. What god art was that? Dongfang Wang asked numbly in his shock. He was completely subjugated by Yi Mo. He could only feel the flow of time. Ages, Yi Mo said calmly. No matter how peerless Dongfang Wang was, it was meaningless to him. His Tao had surpassed ordinary universe, great Taos. He vindicated his own chaos Tao. Ever since he returned from the nether realm, his Tao was becoming perfected. Yi Mo, I, Dongfang Wang, am peerless, and yet I underestimated you. I hate this. Dongfang Wang's eyes spewed with flames. He didn't feel he was weaker than Yi Mo. He was subjugated before he even attacked. If he didn't underestimate Yi Mo, this would never happen. Who had powerful fortune like him? He got abstruse yellow orb, Fusang tree, the #1 demon sutra, Tao fruits. With such powerful fortunes, he was actually captured by Yi Mo. How could he not go crazy? Yi Mo suddenly waved out 9 golden bone arrows and a golden bow. The arrows circled around Yi Mo, but didn't shoot. That powerful lethal force already drained all the surrounding life force. Looking at Dongfang Wang's dazed eyes, Yi Mo suddenly said, "This is golden arrow of divine extermination. I have all 9 arrows. If I want to kill you with these arrows, you won't survive more than 3 arrows." Then Yi Mo released a huge gourd and said, "This is 3 treasure primordial essence gourd, primordial spirit artifact. If I were to kill you with this, you won't last 3 seconds." Then Yi Mo waved out a blue flame. "This is divine flame blue, like morning sky, the #1 flame in the universe. If I were to burn you, you would already be dust." Little Blue looked at Dongfang Wang and said in contempt, "This trash doesn't even deserve me to burn him." Then Yi Mo waved out more. "This is primordial spirit artifact, melt space, primordial spirit artifact, chaos gourd, primordial spirit artifact, immortal palace landscape painting." Looking at the dumbfounded Dongfang Wang, Yi Mo waved out 9 great primordial god runes. These 9 runes completely bound the world mountain and freed Zisu. When Zisu landed on Yi Mo's hand, Yi Mo waved, "This is the #1 magic artifact. I use Zisu. I only need 1 strike to kill you. By the way, I just used great primordial god rune. That only takes a second to kill you." Looking at all these things, Dongfang Wang was so shocked he couldn't speak. Yi Mo didn't use a single of his magic artifact and god arts to subjugate him. Just how big was the difference between them? He thought he was peerless, but now he realized what true peerless was. Sweat trickled down his forehead. He was shocked there was someone as powerful as Yi Mo in the universe. He finally realized why Yi Mo didn't even take him seriously. He hated this. Why was he still weaker than Yi Mo after getting all these treasures? Yi Mo said coldly, I have all these things, but I don't show off. You have a mere world mountain, and you dare to show off in front of me. Dongfang Wang spat a big mouthful of blood. He really didn't expect Yi Mo meant it. Even though he was primordial essence, he was still abused like a dog by Yi Mo, small ginseng. Look, this is indeed a trash. He couldn't even take it after a few words, and he spat blood? Primordial essence? More like primordial trash. Shadowless commented, When I just came out, I seem to have heard him saying he was peerless. Is he talking about peerless in spitting blood? Small ginseng nodded. Dongfang Wang spat another mouthful of blood and sneered at Yi Mo. Yi Mo, you're this powerful, but you still agreed to come fight with me. You call me a show-off, but taking all these things out, you're no better than me. Yi Mo waved his hand and took back everything before saying, If I annihilated you at the demon race with the wave of a hand, do you think anyone would dare to act cocky at the divine Tao realm 100 years later? Dongfang Wang immediately realized what Yi Mo meant. He opened his mouth for a long time before laughing. Yi Mo, I thought I was vicious enough. Today, I realize that I'm nothing compared to you. If you find any errors, broken links, non-standard content, etc., please let us know so we can fix it as soon as possible. Tip: you can use left, right, A and D keyboard keys to browse between chapters. Chapter 2257, Where Are You finale? Chapter 2257, Where Are You finale after repairing the divine Tao realm. Yi Mo planned to take his wives to travel the cosmos. So, he planned to weaken every race before he left. The attack on divine Tao realm 100 years later would be this opportunity. If he exposed his power before the demon race, no one would dare to go to divine Tao realm. Dongfang Wang laughed like crazy, and his force suddenly rose. Almost in an instant, an explosion tore open the void. The realm domain binding Dongfang Wang was broken. Yi Mo's god essence, giant hand instantly grabbed at the void, while Dongfang Wang's essence spirit and storage ring was grabbed by Yi Mo. A yellow beam exploded and disappeared from the void. Even Yi Mo couldn't stop this yellow beam in time. Haha, Yi Mo. Even if I don't run, you won't be able to get my abstruse yellow orb. Dongfang Wang's essence spirit laughed in Yi Mo's hand. Yi Mo just realized that the light that dashed away was abstruse yellow orb. Yi Mo felt quite regretful. The abstruse yellow orb was a world creation treasure, but Dongfang Wang gave it up. Dongfang Wang was quite powerful to be able to keep his essence spirit after self-destruction. If he wasn't fast, Dongfang Wang wouldn't escaped. Yi Mo couldn't be bothered talking. His hand crushed, and Dongfang Wang's essence spirit turned to dust. After killing Dongfang Wang, Yi Mo felt a lot more comfortable. The three brothers had been a thorn, and today he completely removed it. Yi Mo didn't really care about losing the abstruse yellow orb. He already had enough good things. He was very happy he could kill Dongfang Wang. Yi Mo took the world mountain bound by great primordial god rune. Yi Mo was very happy. At least the world mountain didn't escape. Yi Mo cut with his spirit sense blades, and he opened the restriction of the storage ring. Yi Mo dazed when he scanned inside. He was dazed not because Dongfang Wang's storage ring was a small world, but there was a person constantly making formation flags and studying formation inside. Yi Mo immediately took this old man out and asked in disbelief, Old Lu, how were you captured by Dongfang Wang and making formation flags for him? Lu Wuhu just realized that the person before him was Yi Mo. He couldn't react for a long time. After confirming it was Yi Mo, he said in surprise and joy, Brother Yi, it really is you. Where is Dongfeng Wang, that kid? I killed him. Yimo was guessing why Lu Wuhu fell into Dongfeng Wang's hands. You can kill Dongfeng Wang? Lu Wuhu looked at Yimo in extreme shock. Yimo seemed very ordinary. He had seen Dongfeng Wang's power with his own eyes. Then he thought of something. Brother Yi, where is this? The void outside the divine Tao realm. How were you captured by Dongfeng Wang? What formation flags are you making? Yimo asked. Lu Wuhu was only abstruse immortal. Why did Dongfeng Wang keep him? You vindicated Tao already. Lu Wuhu clearly was no ordinary abstruse immortal. He knew a lot from Dongfeng Wang. Then he sighed, it's all because of that world rock. Dongfeng Wang found me through that. After Dongfeng Wang knew that I was a forgery master, he gave me many forgery and formation jade slips for me to study. He then took me to a place saying there was chaos green lotus there, but he couldn't go into. He had a formation that could get the chaos green lotus, but that formation needed hundreds of millions of formation flags. I had to make formation flags for him. If it wasn't for you, I don't know how many millennia I would need to do this for. Yimo just realized. No wonder he couldn't find Lu Wuhu. How about I send you back to the immortal realm? I built a MOU immortal sect there. I'm going to do some things. After I'm done, I'll come to the MOU immortal sect for you. Yimo said, You can send me to the immortal realm? Lu Wuhu asked in surprise and joy. His cultivation level was too low. He felt extremely uncomfortable in the void. Yimo tore open the void and sent Lu Wuhu in. You'll know when you see it. After sending Lu Wuhu off, Yimo returned to the demon race. When he went in the guest palace, almost everyone got up in shock. Everyone saw Dongfeng Wang's power, but Yimo came back safely. Zhen Bingyu got up immediately. She looked confident, but when Yimo truly returned, she relaxed. Pill Divine Yi, where is Dongfeng Wang? Fan Gao asked immediately. Yimo ignored the two and saluted with his fists to Jiao Dan and Tang Songyin, two immortal friends. You're welcome to be guests at the divine Tao realm. I'll be going today. Hearing this, some people who knew Yimo all got up. Even Tang Songyin couldn't resist, asking, Pill Divine. Yimo knew what she wanted to ask and smiled. I didn't see. Perhaps left due to some reason. Yimo spoke ambiguously. Everyone looked at Yimo in disbelief. There was no way Dongfeng Wang would leave. Yimo didn't care what they thought. He walked up to the green-robed man and said, Your disciple has some conflict with me. I need to ask him a few questions. Zhantai Yi's face changed seeing Yimo come back. She also got up saying, Yimo, I have a few questions I want to ask you alone. Yimo grabbed Feng Kong without the green-robed man's permission. Then Yimo tore open the space in the guest palace and left with Zhen Bingyu. Yimo didn't even look at Zhantai once, much less answer her question. The green-robed man's face was green. He got up and saluted with his fists to Yi Yuanzhou before leaving. He didn't tear open space here. As for whether he left to save his disciple or had no face to stay here, no one knew. Zhantai Yi's face went green seeing Yimo. Couldn't be bothered talking to her. She looked at where Yimo tore open space for long while before sitting down dejectedly. In the void, Yimo threw Feng Kong on the side and asked coldly, Feng Kong, many years ago, a woman called Wan Jun went to your Grand Emperor estate. Where is she now? Tell me everything about her. Seeing Yimo come back alone, Feng Kong long suspected that Dongfeng Wang was killed by Yimo. I don't know where she went. I only knew she was an immortal emperor and was heavily injured, and... Feng Kong didn't finish and was interrupted by Yimo. And you took advantage of her right. Feng Kong couldn't do anything in the wake of absolute power. That was the last word he said before being annihilated. MOU Immortal Sect, Main Peak, MOU Peak. Luo Ing, Mu Xiaoyan, Songyangzhu, Ningqing Xue. Zhen Bingyu and Su Jingwen stood by Yi Mo's side. They knew that 100 years later, Yi Mo would repair the Divine Dao realm. The Divine Dao realm might even have a big battle with many other races. Husband, don't worry. The Divine Dao realm has many divine emperors too. We're not necessarily weaker than them. Ning Qingxue held Yi Mo's arm and said. They had been with Yi Mo here for a long time, but Yi Mo said nothing. Ning Qingxue thought he was worrying about 100 years later. Luoying said softly, he's not worried about that, he's just thinking of some people. Yi Mo looked at them and smiled. I'm scared they won't come 100 years later. Yi Mo then sighed. I just suddenly thought of Yixing. I wonder if he's okay, and Ting Ting. Yi Mo then looked into the distant void. There was someone he was most worried and most eager to see. It was the girl who was willing to jump off the building with him. The girl who gave him the chaos world. It was a girl who was scared of ghosts but wanted to go hunt ghosts. But after reaching primordial essence, he still couldn't find any traces of Luo Xian. Luo Xian, where are you? If you find any errors, broken links, non-standard content, etc., please let us know so we can fix it as soon as possible. Tip: you can use left, right, A and D keyboard keys to browse between chapters. You're tuning in to the Thunder Spear YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe and join us on this journey to catch the most captivating stories.